In the last year, the lawmakers have purchased a new building, this bank building, for use as a new office building. That costs $3.5 million for land and building. Now, since they used the power of condemnation to obtain the building, they then had to lay out $57,000 to relocate the old tenants. Then they funded another $1 million plus for remodeling the new building. Then they paid out another $800,000 for the adjoining residential block. That block's homes were all torn down and it became this parking lot. We've just passed the $5.5 million mark. Now, just because the lawmakers bought themselves a new staff office building and remodeled it does not mean they neglected the old legislative building. Now, I'm using the term old as a relative term here because the building is only 20 years old, but it sometimes seems older because in 20 years it's been remodeled 10 times. These days, walls are being knocked out and reinstalled and rooms are being rearranged and relocated. One of the purposes of these new floor plans is to reduce public access to lawmakers, particularly to legislative leaders. For instance, up till now, citizens could approach Senate Majority Leader William Raggio by asking his secretary. Hereafter, a citizen must go through a receptionist just to get to his secretary before getting to the senator himself. This restricted access has drawn criticism from the executive director of the citizen lobby Common Cause of Nevada. The $1 million remodeling of the old building takes the price tag over the $6 million mark. And there are still more elaborate plans for hanging false fronts and expansions on the front of the legislative building to give it a more classic look and more room.